joked a couple days ago about the parade. Did you happen to get down on Wednesday for
No,
that?
I did. I was not able to because I was down here training and working. But I saw all the things. Me and Tommy were all fired up because we love football and all that. We saw a guy on a horse early on in the parade. I mean, it was great. The scenes were great. Proud of the Seahawks, the city. It was pretty cool.
Well, back here 9 days before the season starts, how much room do you need to get this team revved up before Colorado?
Well, preseason's gone really well so far. I think we've seen a lot of good things. Narrowing down starting lineups, but I've got a couple of lingering little niggly injuries that just cropped up. But guys are ready to go. I mean, they understand that there's going to be a break this time for the World Cup, so we're going to try and come out of the gates fast because we know we have a break. It's not like a long 10 and a half, 11-month season. So, the fitness guys have done a good job of getting them ready, and we'll see what we get.
I know there's some competitions and positions to talk about with goalkeeper first.
A lot.
Yeah. How's that competition going throughout the preseason?
It's going good. Look, Steph had the unfortunate circumstance, his mom passing away. We all felt for him there, and he had to come home early. That's a tough conversation. It's going to happen very soon. So those guys have both been good pros, and I expect no issues there. One of them will start, the other one will be ready in case something happens.
Brian, is it harder to evaluate goalkeeper position than, let's say, another position?
It's not harder when you have Tommy Dutra. I mean, he gives me guidance. I just have to manage the people. I will consult with him one last time. I think I know where I'm headed. But at the end of the day, it's not any different than Jesus and Albert, or Jordan and Osaze and Moose, or Kalani and Alex. I mean, I got competition all over the field, and we're going to make good decisions.
And then, Brian, what do you need to see out of the gate from your team?
Well, we have one home game and then a bunch of road games, so I want to start strong in front of the home fans, and then it's going to be a little bit of grit and determination, and winning on the road's never easy in MLS. So we'll have to play smart, have to play hard. But when I look at the schedule, I'm confident we can win some games.
How much has your pressing evolved from? Well, how much have you worked on it from last season to this one? Pressing, high press, attacking.
Well, we'll press home or away, Maz. You know me well enough. We don't shy away from pressure, even away from home. There's specific cues. A lot of this stuff is fine-tuning because, Hassani's the new kid that's come in. Some of the other guys that might get opportunities early on, like Snyder, doesn't have a ton of time under his belt, but the rest of the guys understand what we want.
Earlier this week, you mentioned a lot of options for replacing Obed. Do you see the approach being more of a committee, or are you still assessing the one guy that's going to be able to take over that role?
Well, the whole team might be committee because I have 18 potential starters, but who takes Obed's spot specifically? I think Hassani has the inside track on that. He's got more MLS experience. Snyder and Nicola, they're the next two in line, and super talented young kids. They're going to see time on the field, but they'll have to make the most of their opportunities if they want to beat out Hassani. And then look, the other thing we got to talk about is, if Christian does make the World Cup squad and he leaves, then Hassani's got to come, and then we need to replace him for Christian. So again, we're going to need everybody.
You mentioned some niggling injuries. I noticed Christian wasn't out here. Is that?
Yeah, he's got some Achilles heel pain, and Moose has a bad back, and we're still working with Kim and some other guys. So we're trying to get everybody healthy for Colorado.
What has stood out about the tandem of Christian and Hassani when they're together?
Both experienced MLS players. Hassani's got a bite to him. He's from featherweight. I mean, he's pretty tough. So I like that.
Yeah.
Personally, I like that. But he can also pass the ball. He's good. He's a little bit better than I remember. A lot of times when you play against guys, you see him and you say, he's a good player, but you don't see all the little details. So when he's been here in camp, I like a lot of the things he does.
I feel like Albert gets the credit he deserves for someone who is consistently putting up the numbers that he's putting up?
I don't. I mean, he's done great for us. He did great for RSL, but he's not from a sexy country, and I don't want to put anybody down for his home country, but it's not a big name signing. So he has quietly put together DP numbers since he's been here.
I mean, he has been remarkably consistent. I mean, it's almost like clockwork. What do you credit that to?
He's just a good player, a smart player. What we like about Albert is it's hard to get the ball off, and once the ball's at Albert's feet, he rarely loses the ball. I think what he did when he first came here, helped me out at back a line, showed me that he was a team player, which I liked, because sometimes DPs don't want to do the little things, the dirty things, the things that are required for a team to win. But he's done that. Then when we pushed him back up front, he's put together 10, 12, 15, goals, and you guys would know more than me about the actual stats of his assists. I know he takes set pieces, I get that, but overall he's been really good.
Speaking of that national narrative, today Power Rankings came out. Sounders are 6th. Do you look into that? Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
But when you hear that, 6th in MLS, what do do you think about it? Not really.
I think people picked San Diego to be last year.
It's fair.
So credit to my guy, Mike and Boris.
Brian, 2 years ago you had the best defense and offense not so much. Last year you had You flipped it.
One of the biggest talking points for this year was trying to combine the two to make sure we're good on both areas of the field, but a lot of that, we took too many set piece goals last year, and that's going to be a point of emphasis for sure. But we have to get back to that defending mantra from 2024 and continue, to try and be good in the attacking half of the field.
Do you need some leadership from the back line? Not that you haven't got it, but you've talked last season.
I'd like more leadership from Jackson and Ymar for sure. For sure.
You did talk about that accountability and some leaders. Has anybody stood out over this, preseason camp in terms of that leadership?
We're working on it. Look, Steve Lenhart, you guys, I don't know if you guys have done a piece on him yet or not, but he's come in and been really valuable to me. He's, echoing what I say, but in his own way, and working with the players to build leadership. He did a lot of good things in Spain. He had team bonding and team exercises where they have to come out in front of their peers and say certain things that might be uncomfortable, some leadership kind of activities. So he's done a great job of helping me there, and we'll see if it bears fruit.
Let's go.